So now we are going to see about this grid computing, right? Very, very important topic, my definite question. They will ask either explain briefly about grid computing or difference between grid computing and cluster computing or difference between grid computing and cloud computing. Okay, like that the questions will be coming from this, right? So we'll see what is this grid computing first of all. I think everyone know what is this grid. Have you heard this word grid? Grid. Have you heard this word grid? Yes, everyone will be know about this grid. Grid means wherever we are owning our switch and utilizing the power facilities, right? Through the with the help of these power grids, right? So how the power is coming, from where it is coming, who is generating, from which country it is generating. We are not going to bother about all things. Simply we are having the power grid. Okay, we are switch oning and utilizing the services, right? So we are not bothering about how that power is generated, from where it is generated, either by a coal or a tidal resources, how it is coming from transformers or stations, or from where it is coming. These all things we are not going to be bothering, right? Just we are using some power grids and utilizing the grid services, right? Electric services, right? Same as like grid computing also. Okay, so here grids, here we are having the grids. They are going to be having a collection of computer resources, okay, from where multiple locations to reach a common goal. Okay, simply it has a collection of resources from different multiple locations so that we can utilize that all resources and we can perform our task, right? So, for example, so we'll see one example, grid computing, how this grid computing is providing a services. So, see here in diagram, we are having here center, okay, grid servers. Okay, here all grid servers will be there. Okay, grid servers will be there. For these grid servers, there will be connected some supercomputers, computers, PCs, laptops, all things are going to be connected. Okay, all things from different locations, they are going to be connected with the help of these grid servers, right? And here whatever the data, everything will be storing, every PCs or a supercomputers, there will be a databases to store all the things, right? But these all things are going to be connected to a grid servers, right? So for example we are having different organizations, ma. So we are having different organizations. Okay, let us take some four organization. Okay, the first organization, it is having some 200 computers, ma. Okay, you can take some university in Goa. Okay, BITS Pilani, it is having some 200 computers. Okay, 250 computers they are having. Okay, so we'll take another university. Okay, like our JNTH, it is also having some 200 computers nearly. Okay, in Hyderabad, it's in Goa. Okay, and some other organization, it is having some computers. Okay, around some 200 computers, right? And so another organization is also having some 200 computers. Now here what the grid computing will be doing means, here whatever the means grid computing utilizing a network, ma. Okay, with the help of this grid servers, okay, it is utilizing a network, okay, or group of computers, whatever the group of computers, okay, group of computers for making computing resources like supercomputers and perform large or complex problems and tasks, or and tasks by its own, right? Means whatever the unutilized resources are there, okay, non-utilized computing powers are there, okay, with the help of this grid computing, we can make it as a utilized computing. We can make it as a utilized computing. So this four organizations is having some computers, right, ma? So now I want to run one application or one task. For example, I will be taking a bank only. Okay, So every year I need to update all things, and I have to finalize the bank statements and everything. Okay, by the end of the March, okay, at the last day of that March, we have to update all the bank details. Okay, okay, at that time I need huge number of systems. Okay, at that time I need huge number of systems to run my all transactions from different places, different locations. Okay, so I need to execute once in a year, right? So here I am having only some 200 systems, only 200 system, but I need huge number of systems to perform my task only for the one time in a year. Okay, in that case, here we are going to be using this grid computing. Means what this grid computing will be doing is, here in different organization, these systems are, they are using, and or sometimes they won't use, right? Only I need all systems huge performance only one day in a year, right? So at that time, here with the help of this grid servers, okay, with the help of this grid servers, I will be connecting to the multiple systems and utilizing their resources to run my applications, okay, to run my all transactions, to update my everything I will be using, right? So here, instead of I'm having only 200 system, okay, for running my task and applications, I need more than the 200 systems. At that time, I can't buy, it will be a costly, and I have to maintain that all things, right? So here we are going to be connecting to the different organizations, okay, and we are utilizing the computing resources which are available at the different locations, okay. This together can be called as grid. Grid is going to be providing the services. But the main drawback of this grid computing is, here it will become more costly. Okay. For example, this organization is in Goa, okay, and this organization is in some Hyderabad. Okay, so to use this grid computing, first of all we have to place some fiber optic cables. Okay, we have to install that all cables, and we have to give the connections from Goa to Hyderabad. Okay, so long distance will be there. Okay, distance problem will be coming, and it will be a more costly. Okay, that is one drawback for this. And the second thing, if I want to run one task in 1 month, for the one time, or 1 year for the one time, means at that time I need some 200 or 500 systems to run my application, right? So at that time I need same configurations. Okay, in this Goa systems, okay, in this bits Pilani, what will be the configurations, what will be that processor, these all things we don't know. Okay, so I comments these all things will be a problem whenever I am going to be integrating and using their resources, right? So so settings of grid, whatever this grid computing, grid servers will be available there. Simply we can say it is a middleware. Okay, middleware will be there, right? So here these kind of a problems are going to be happened in this grid computing. Okay, so to overcome these type of a problems, we are going for the cloud computing, right? To overcome these type of a problems, like if I need same configuration systems, I have to maintain that system, I have to update some systems. Okay, in that case we can't do that all things, right? So it will become a simply headache. So to overcome these type of problems, we are moving to this grid computing. So grid computing is also an advantage, I am saying. Okay, we can, whenever I need huge performance, okay, we can utilize their resources also. It will be providing, like, increase your productivity, scalability will be provided, flexibility will be there, right? So, and costly, it will be a costly. Why it will be a costly means, we have to install all fiber optic cables, network connections from different locations, we have to gather that all things. Okay, this will become a problematic, right? So we'll see One more example, you can easily understand how this grid computing is working. So are you able to see this diagram? Are you able to see this diagram? Chat me. Are you able to see this image? Okay, okay, fine, ma. So, see here we are having n number of systems, okay? These all are the n number of systems. These all systems are going to be connected through a networks, okay? They are going to be connected with networks, and means these are already we have discussed some example, right? Different organizations have been, they are having some systems, they are going to be connected with some networks, right? So here we are having different systems that are going to be connected with the networks, okay? And these all systems, okay, grid clients are going to be connected with the grid servers, okay? With the help of these grid servers, here whenever the user 1, user 2, user 3, they are coming and utilizing the services, okay? Whenever the user is requesting for any information, they all are going to be distributing with each other and performing the task, right? So for example, here we are having like we want to perform a calculation, ma. Okay, 4 into 2, okay, plus 16 into 2, 3 into 4. This I want to perform a calculation. So we'll see the desktop computing, how it will be performing. First, desktop computing, what it will be doing means it will be taking 4 into 2 in first step, okay, 4 into 2, 8, okay. And in the second step, again it will be resolving 6 into 2, okay. And in the third step, it will be resolving 3 into 4. And in the fourth step, it will be resolving 5 into 2, okay. At last, after that, in fifth step, it will be adding, okay. In seventh step, it will be giving a final result, okay. So this calculation done in normal desktop, okay, desktop computing, it has been completed in 7 step, okay. If I take same this mathematical equation in grid computing, okay, this user has been given this means, so what it will be doing means, here they are taking this equation and distributing it, taking this 4 into 1 has a P1, P2, P3, P4, and distributing to the P1 system, P2 system, P3 system, P4 system. So how this grid computing is working means, here instead of whatever the in desktop computing 4 into 2, 6 into 2 second step, third into 4 third step, they have done. But coming to this grid computing, directly here P1, P2 will be giving the results, okay, in one step, okay. After that, in the second step, it will be giving the result to the users. Only within 2 steps, it is giving the results to the users, right? So like the grid computing will be taking all the tasks from the users and distributing to the various types of the client users, and they are going to be giving a short result, okay. They are giving a result in short span of a time, right? So means here performance is going to be improving, okay, within short span of a time, okay, small result will be there, okay. So but coming to the desktop computing, it will be consuming more space to run these all things, okay. These will be coming the problems. So these kind of a problems can be avoided by this grid servers, right? So here all means no need to handle all the or administration work. Here grid server is only looking after that and will responding to the user's request, right? So this is the example for this grid computing, right? So that is the example. So mainly here whatever the grid computing is there, this is also known as grid services, okay? And it will be consist in the middleware. Every users are accessing from the remote location and utilizing the grid services, right? But here we are having the disadvantages, right? For access these all things, first of all, we need fast network connection, okay. And there may be a chances of affecting, okay, malwares or virus will be enter. Why? Because different organizations are utilizing and their system. We don't know how it will be infected. Okay, so this will become a problematic in this. Okay, that are the disadvantage. So one example where we are using means every users. Okay, every we people are playing games ma. Okay, so I am sitting in one place. Okay, you people are sitting in other place, but we are playing the same games. Okay, opposite teams at a time. Means here two servers are going to be maintaining, and they are going to be providing the services to the users. Okay, so like that online gamings, two players maintaining the servers, means grid is providing the services to the users, right? So this is about the grid computing.